Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, so for this video here, we're going to be doing a quest called Rest for the Restless. Now this one here is located in the House Fiarlan Enclave. You can actually get here from the airship, or down here on the other south side, so we're southwest. On the southeastern side, we have the portal to the market. You can also access it from the marketplace as well. Once you are in House Fiarlan, we need to actually head into the Bogwater Tavern here, located on the southwestern side, right near the airship portal. And inside here, there are a few quests. So there's Atrex, there's Inquisitor Nomen, and then behind here, there's Lady Nepathy. And she's actually the quest giver here. So we just need to talk to her. Obviously, if we select the second option, which is to leave her be, she'll never give you the quest, so you just got to go through and listen to that. From here, again, we're going to head back out into House Fiarlan, and it will then point us to the direction of our quest here on our map. And it's just this little sewer grate right here. So we're going to step in. Now this is a quest that a lot of people don't run anymore. And I do want to point out, it does actually require either 2 people or the use of a hireling in order to complete. So of course we do have a hireling. We will be able to complete it there. As well, if you are a druid or an artifice, you can actually use your summonable pet to interact with the thing as well. Alright, so this quest here is full of undead. Alright, so the first thing we need to do here, head to the end, head left, and we got a valve right here. So we're going to pull that one. And that'll open up a gate a little bit further up here. Now this quest is often overlooked. One, because it's a little out of the way compared to where the rest of the level 4 quests are. As well as you see, it's not a very large amount of experience. It's not a very long quest either, but for the amount of time it takes you to go over here, get to the area, go through the quest, generally speaking, it's not worth the extra time. Of course, it is favor, which is amazing. Alright, so here we have a small split. We can head north to the chest or keep going. Now the chest is completely optional, and as soon as we actually open up this chest, it's going to spawn in some enemies as well as lock you in the room. So if you got a sneaky rogue with you, make sure he's not running off to try and get some loot on his own, as it might not end too well for him. Alright, once we're done that, we're going to continue down our path. As you can see, it does give a lot of long hallways, which are great for an archer. Unfortunately, they are all skeletons, and they are all, well, there's the occasional ghoul, but there are skeletons and zombies which are all resistant to pierce damage. Alright, so once we sneak through the little hole, we do notice here we've got gates and 2 sets of levers. Now I want to point out that each of these are different, and this bottom floor here will become a trap. On both of these, they will be a spike trap, easily avoidable, and such. Now, I don't always remember which one is which to solve, because you need to pull specific valves in order to do this. One trick, however, basically you got to light up all the symbols. Say for example, I'm not saying this is the thing. This, for example, might light up this one and this one, This one might just light up that one, and it's a puzzle to figure it out to light all of them. I do want to point out, quick, easy tip. It's always this left lever when you get in. So the first one is it's always this left lever, which will open up the trap here. And then it's either that one or that one. So as you see, we lit up these two. I'm just going to try this one here. So it did not complete it. So I'm going to pull it again. Meaning it's going to be this one here. That completes it. So as you see, they're all now lit up. So now that we know this one was this left lever and then the right lever, the next one will be the left lever and the back lever. So here we're going to go again. Walk in here, pull the left lever. Sneak on by. And then the back lever here. And that's that. So just keep in mind, if you're not sure, it's always this left lever. And then it's either that one or that one. If it is, you pull it and it's the wrong one, just make sure you re-pull it to set it back to its original position. Alright. Next thing here, we got again another long tunnel. It's actually so long those archers shooting at us, the arrows are arcing and hitting the ceiling. So for us, handy. Alright, so this part here, it does go around. Kind of in a small little circle here. I definitely recommend going through and clearing it first. So here's our little circle. It also has a path leading off to the east and around the corner. Now this here does bring us to a shrine, so if you do need the use of a shrine, here you go. Now for this one here, this is where it gets a little bit tricky if you're solo. In fact, you can't do it. So this valve here actually opens up that door over there. However, as you'll notice, when we pull this valve, it actually locks us into this room. And be warned, it does have some enemies here, which is why I'm going through and killing. If we are to pull this valve again to let ourselves out, again it closes that gate. So with the hireling or your pet, what you do is you get them to pull the valve while you're standing outside. Of course it does lock them in, but you can call them right back out, not a problem. And it allows us to progress further. Now if you are with a group and you have one person in there, don't worry, they're not locked in there for good. Once your teammates have passed the door here, you can pull the valve again to let yourself out and come here and wait. We actually have one right at the back wall here, and that one will again cycle the doors through, so you can let the full party through. When you do approach it, however, and pull it, it does spawn in enemies. Now it spawns them on both levels, so on the bottom here, as well as archers up at the top. And you do need to kill them all. So this is where it is very important that you have somebody who can do some range damage. Because once they are all dead, that's when this door opens. So if unfortunately you just have like little throwing daggers or something like that, then it will take a little bit longer to actually get through and go there. Alright, so from here, we're going to head straight through. And again, we do have a shrine right heading south. You can keep going this path, but there isn't really anything there. From here, we're going to want to head off to the east. There's just a few more enemies here. As well as there is a trap in this hall. So we'll get to that here in just a second. Now this trap here can be, oh, it's not this one, it's right around the corner. Here we go. This one. So this one here is a bunch of flame jets. And they do keep going off, but as you can see, they do stagger, so if you time it right, you would be able to sneak through. So you can jump over this first one, sneak through, and go that way, but of course we are a trapper, so we can't just get the trap here. So from here, we just need to continue down our path, which will finally bring us to the library, which is where we need to actually find her son. Alright, now it does give you the choice of going left or off to the right. In the end, it doesn't matter. Both of them lead you to the same spot eventually. Ooh, gotta be up there, I can take out. I personally, I always go right, but again, this is a personal preference. So we're just gonna head here. More skeleton mages. So if you choose to head left, it would just bring you up this path here instead. They both go around in a circle like that. There are no other enemies other than those two skeleton warriors up top, as you can see. Once you're up top here, we have just our final room, which is right in here. Now as we approach, it will spawn in enemies. If we slowly approach though, it will spawn in the wave of trash first, which will allow us to take them out. Famine Reaper. As well, it also has our arcane skeletons on the far side. Once we approach a little bit closer, so I'm trying to be a little cautious here. As you see, it does spawn in more and more enemies the closer you get. So if you end up running directly in there, you're going to have to deal with everybody at once. Which can be a little difficult. Alright, so now that we got them all taken care of, once we fully enter in the room, there's going to be our final boss. Once he dies, that is it. That is quest completion. Now, as you'll notice, when he died, it actually also opened up this door here in the back room. Now, this is completely optional. There actually isn't really much back there. Most people just choose to recall at this point. However, I will show you. So if you jump across, come back through this here. All it has back here is a little rope leading you out, as well as a collectible mushroom. So in the end, really, the mushroom is the only thing back here other than a quick exit out. But if you are recalling, you would actually be out sooner than it would taking you to get there. And then again, to turn in, all we got to do is head back to our Bogwater Tavern. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good one, all.